Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers, also for the empaths, people who are sensitive, people who are struggling with their journey. This reading is basically for everyone. Okay. I wanted to do something new where it's this thing of kind of not completely moving away from tarot readings, but placing more of a focus on just your growth, assisting you with your growth and your understanding of yourself. And Michael's like, I'm making this too complex because that's what I'm already doing with readings. Okay, well, had you told me that before I said anything, I wouldn't have said that. I think he's basically telling me to just kind of verbalize what I'm actually doing. It's more than just a tarot reading. It's more than just that superficial type of information sharing where, I'm telling you about certain people, I'm telling you about certain limited things. No, if you guys already noticed, a lot of my readings have to do with helping you understand yourself within your journey. It's not your typical it's not your typical reading, And we just have to be consciously aware of that. We spend most of our day, most of our life listening for truth. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We spend most of our day listening for truth, failing to realize we have filters set over our ears that prevent us from actually receiving our truths. What we have a tendency to receive is, I don't know if we can even call it truth. It's like a version of the things we want to hear. And the things we need to hear, we have a tendency to dismiss that. We have a tendency to not allow ourselves to really, really be aware and listening. Why is that? Why is that? Hold on. Card number 34, listening for truth. Many of us are in a dark place at this point. This dark place is not necessarily indicative of like demonic things, parasitic things. It's just a place where we feel very alone. It's a place where we feel um, very misunderstood. Almost like this feeling of we're alone on our journey and no one really understands. I doubt that. I doubt that no one really understands. But I do feel that for many of us, the environment, our local environment, maybe doesn't understand. But does that mean nobody understands? The people who are going through the same thing that you are going through, these insecurities, these ascension mechanics, all of that, they completely understand. They understand not because they have a degree in psychology, not because this, not because that, but because they are also living through it. You are not the only one that is living through some difficult process, but it's a process. That's all. It's nothing more than just a process to help you better understand yourself, better understand your journey. And the more you allow yourself to be present in that process, the more you'll benefit from it. It's like we want to benefit from a process while we avoid it. And I'm guilty of this too. Okay. I'm guilty of this too. Ooh, Michael. Michael's like, why do you need to state that you're guilty of it too? With that statement, that question, carrying with it the implication that maybe I'm trying to bypass your need to really take ownership of it, whether someone else is going through it or not, whether someone else is guilty of it or not. You have to own your process. You can't just own your process after you know everyone else is suffering too. You know what I mean? 65% at 856. 65856. 6 is a number of receiving, 5 is a number of change. That change leads to a merger, a reunification, which then leads to more change to help you better receive. That's the message the numbers are giving me. Are you ready to better receive whatever it is that your soul is trying to give you? Because we can't better receive until we better accept, right? Unless we better accept our process, unless we better accept um, the mechanics that are used to really, really shave away the very things that cause you to feel like you don't fit in. Because there might be a little bumps of personality that cause you to feel like you don't fit in. What are those bumps representative of? Possibly trauma responses, possibly places where there were trauma bonds attached to you. A lot of this I feel has to do with trauma, 66% at 857, 67% at 857. Yeah. Anyways, card number 33, heaven sent. All of the messages that you get come from your own personal heaven. And it's really up to you if you want to relabel that personal heaven as your personal hell. Um, Sometimes the most intense lessons make us feel as though we're being dragged through hell. Are we, though? Or are we just struggling in our learning process? Right? Card number 29, seeing the true you. It's time for you to truly, truly allow yourself to see who you are. The world is just so confused. It's so confused, and we, as part of the world, are just as confused. So, this is what I see happening most of the time, okay? The people who need to take a good hard look at themselves don't. They're the ones that's like, "Oh, I'm this and I'm that and I'm amazing. I'm just so amazing. No one can tell me anything about myself because I know it all already." And then the people who know, you guys know you are good people. I don't know. I don't want anyone to think I'm mean. I don't want anyone to think this or that of me. Um, Almost like you're trying to talk yourself and other people into believing it's okay to treat you poorly because like there might be something mean in you asserting yourself, in you speaking your needs out loud, in you defining the boundaries and enforcing them. What's bad about that? Please tell me. What is bad about that? How does that negatively impact you or other people when you do this? And you have this fear of, "Oh, I don't want to be mean." Who are you wanting to not be mean to? And at what cost? Are we not wanting to be mean to the very people who don't care about our needs? And in that's a mean thing. If you don't care about my needs, that's mean. How can you be mean to me like that when I'm not mean to you like that? Where I value your needs. I try and support as well as empower you. Why would you do that to me? Well, maybe it's a reflection of something that I'm projecting. Maybe I'm still working through some sort of process that makes me feel like I need to find the people who will help me to learn this through adversity. Because that's how my process went. There was something within me that felt the need to find the very people who wouldn't have a problem teaching me this through uh, mean ways. Is that something that I really need to hold against him? I mean, I have to hold you accountable for your decision, but I also have to allow myself to move forward, right? I also have to allow myself to really, really just embrace the parts of my journey that are helping me to learn something that is so profound that I can't learn it on my own. And maybe that's what we need to focus on. The fact that we are learning things that are so profound it wouldn't be efficient or possible for us to learn it on our own because it's so difficult, right? 1 second. So Michael wants me to say something. I'm vicious if I have to defend my worth. No joke. Well, this is what he's helping me to learn. Um, I set my worth and I don't need to defend anything. I know my worth. I don't allow anyone to dictate anything to me. If you're going to be that type of environment, I'm not going to be in that environment. I don't need to explain things to people who have no interest in understanding. It's just one of those things, right? Um, if I determine you have no interest in trying to understand me, my quirks, my history that's created whatever responses I have, there's really nothing to explain. There's really nothing to defend. I'm just, yeah, okay, you don't agree, you don't value me. Okay, well, just don't come back. It's no biggie. Keep going. You're fine. You're fine. I won't hold it against you. I don't need to explain anything to you. I don't need you to agree with me. None of that. So, the perfection of your life, a lot of things are burning down, a lot of connections are being severed. And this is kind of just how things are right now. Um, I could hear and feel someone thinking, well, how can you say this is just how it is? Like, how can that be okay? Never said it was okay. Never said it was okay. But do you want me to lie to you? Do you want me to tell you, like, no, 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 it's just them? No, this is how things are right now. There's a lot of reshuffling and shifting within personal connections, within larger, more general connections. The whole world is shifting right now. So, what does that mean for us as individuals? If the world is shifting and we are a part of this world, we are a part of the shift. And if you don't want to shift, you are going to struggle even more. If you want to try and force your life to stay the same, let me know how that works out. Okay. Let me know how that works out. That would be the equivalent of me wanting my life to stay the same. And in order for my life to stay the same, I need to continue to live in this place that I'm at right now. Yeah, no. um, that's not happening. That's beyond my control. So I could either just sit here and allow myself to get to the very, very last day, not pack anything, not look for another place, but just sit here. I'm like, no, I need to stay here. My life is good here. I have to stay here. Well, good fucking luck. Good luck, Emmie, because you're not staying here. You don't get a say in that. So, what's the best thing to do? To be realistic about the changes that are going on within yourself and your life and make the appropriate um, preparations, or to just drag your feet, stomp your feet, yell and scream and try and dictate that your life is not going to go that way. Well, here's the thing. I recognize, yes, it was the owner's decision to sell this property, but beyond that, I'm pretty sure my soul was already telling me, you need to go somewhere else. It's time for you to leave this area. And I just didn't want to listen. I just didn't want to listen. So then other things are put into play to force me to leave. If I want to be bratty about it, I'm like, no, I don't want to. That's not fair. Okay, I can. I can definitely choose to respond to my life circumstance in that way. But I know for a fact, if it comes down to it, um, the owner's well within their legal right in regards to the time frame. Um, yeah, it's how that probably will play out is very ugly. Very, very ugly. I will not win that. Like, what? You're not gonna win that. When you try and fight with your own soul, I promise you, you're not gonna win that. Okay? You're just going to frustrate yourself. You are going to make yourself feel as though you are being attacked, but are you? Are you? I saw this video on TikTok last night. I couldn't sleep. I saw this video. This woman, she looked really, like reputable, and she looked like she's a good person, and she totally is talking about how TikTok doesn't allow her any protections. Like, so many people, hundreds of thousands of people threaten her daily, and how, you know, when she reports people for their threats, TikTok just tells her to ignore them. But the moment she responds to their threats, TikTok restricts her ability to comment. And I was like, oh my God, that is so mean. Like, what the hell? I go on her profile. I'm like, you are such a fucking snatcher, Rooney. Every single one of your posts are antagonistic, and you're the victim. You're not a fucking victim, you're an antagonist. You post things to piss people the fuck off, and when they get pissed off, suddenly you're the victim. You're not a fucking victim. This is what you want. You want to be able to dictate to other people and have them shut their mouths, not express their opinions. uh no, this is the environment you created. It's because I'm a white woman. No, no, I've seen other races of women who have that same energy of antagonism, like intentional antagonistic behaviors. They get the same type of treatment. Humanity doesn't like that. It doesn't like that. You don't have to be sugar coated and cater to everyone's needs, but if you're going to address people like they're idiots because they don't believe what you believe, um, expect whatever reaction they give. I mean, if you're telling people you know more than them, and it's specifically about vaccinations, um, she calls people plague spreaders and shit like that. Like, you invite that. So that's what your own creation created. You can't later say, like, I'm a victim. So are we doing this within our lives? Are we being antagonistic with ourselves? Are we antagonizing the very people who our soul is trying to bring to us to help us expand our awareness? I mean, what are we doing? Are we fighting our own process? Are we allowing ourselves to think that we have some sort of entitlement to a life devoid of lessons? Because when we say, like, I deserve to live a pain free life, so what does that mean? Because if pain is the greatest teacher, and sometimes the most difficult lessons to learn will absolutely involve plenty of pain, what's that telling creation? I want a life devoid of learning. So then what happens? That's like a challenge to your own soul. Like, I challenge you to force my submission. Well, okay. Your soul will absolutely rise to that challenge. Absolutely, 100% of the time. And every single time your own soul rises to that challenge, you will absolutely lose, and you will feel even more broken. But you know what's breaking? The parts of you that's resisting your own process. That's what's breaking. It's up to you if you want to really shatter yourself, or if you want to flow with your own learning. I mean, it's still probably going to involve some sort of discomfort, probably involve some sort of pain. That pain is about your expectations being misaligned with the reality of your circumstance. I always expected to not stay in this place long term. I don't stay places long term. So why was I disappointed? Having to leave, why was I disappointed? I spoke to my husband about this because it wasn't on our terms. My husband's like, "What? We only get 30 days." I mean, baby, that's what we do. All we need is a few days. Really. That's how we do. When it's time for us to leave, we are gone real effing fast. So what's different between this situation and the other situations where we've left because it wasn't on our terms this time? It wasn't on our terms. So is it something that we need to be upset about? I mean, it's disappointing to a degree, but we weren't planning to stay long term anyways. So when you were already planning to grow and then your soul grows you in the way that you weren't expecting, is that how you feel too? Like disappointed, let down, sometimes even this sense of betrayed. Mm-mm. Don't do that to yourself. Allow yourself to be open to shifting because it's in that shifting you'll find the greatest ease within this process that you're in. So, what you want wants you. Excuse me. You want growth, your soul wants you to grow. I don't feel like the problem is the growth. I feel like the problem is us trying to control the ways in which we grow. Have you ever tried to control the way you grow? Hmm? You can't, right? There are some cultures that have been successful in controlling the way you grow. Specifically, I'm talking about cultures where they do skull elongation, cultures where they do foot bindings, cultures where they use the rings around the neck to stretch the neck. They're really not even stretching the neck. What they're doing is deforming the collarbones, pushing it down. So, if you want to control your physiological growth, expect to experience pain because those cultures that do those types of modifications, it's painful. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Foot binding alone, you have to break all the bones of the foot. You have to break all the bones of the foot to create the lotus foot. Um, and that's usually extremely painful. That usually means you will be crippled for the rest of your life. Um, Elongation of the skull. I've been watching a lot of videos. They say that that's painful too, where you, as a infant, you have boards attached to the sides of your head and bound really tight, and that forces the skull formation to shift. I hear that's painful too. Debilitating headaches. If you want to continue to try and control your growth in that way, expect to be debilitated. Well, it's not fair. I'm the one that calls. Well, yeah, you are calling the shots. It's just not the human you. It's just not the human you. I mean, the reason you feel that way, the reason you are having a tantrum is because that is the infantile human behavior. Human behavior has a tendency to be extremely infantile. Why does one nation go into another nation and take? Just like a child taking a toy from another child because I'm bigger, because I'm stronger, I can do this. You can't do anything about it. Isn't that what other nations do to other nations? I can enter because you can't stop me. Infantile. Very, very infantile behavior. What of your behaviors in response to your day to day life is infantile? The moment you lose the shame of identifying the places within you that need your attention, that's when you free yourself to actually address your behaviors that's leading to more struggle for you. I have a lot of behaviors that lead to my personal struggle. When I allow myself to recognize the behaviors and when these behaviors are flared, instead of projecting, instead of blaming other people, I can go ahead and recognize this is a projected internal issue. I'm going to dive deep within myself and address these issues. What am I really upset about? Am I upset about something someone did to me? Or am I upset because whatever this is, it's failed to meet my expectations and therefore triggered childhood trauma? Because my childhood trauma is triggered, now I'm just triggered all the fucking way around. All the way around, every single part of me, alarm bells are ringing. Defend yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself. And then my behaviors get kind of ugly. When you recognize that much of your earlier life, you were raised on survival and trauma, you then begin to recognize, wow, much of my life I've been living it like a war, strategizing the ways in which I'm going to defend my space. Much of my life has absolutely been a war, an internal war, an external war. War is war is war. At some point, you're going to choose to lay your weapons down. Notice how I say lay them down and not throw them away. You will still need to be able to access those aggressive parts of you when it is appropriate to. When someone is showing you very real aggression with a very real potentiality of threatening you, your health and safety, you absolutely need to pick that shit back up. Just because you leave this war zone does not mean you have forgotten how to win a war. Do you want a peaceful life? And what if I told you you had to fight to earn that peace, to establish that peace in yourself? Would you fight? Because I mean, if you've always been willing to fight for stupid things like, oh, you call me a bitch, okay, I'll fight you. Who cares? Who cares what they called you? Who cares? Oh, you disrespected me, okay, I'm gonna fight you. Did you need them to have respect for yourself? Is your respect, self-respect, just contingent on other people's respect of you? If you're willing to fight the bullshit, why are you not willing to fight for your internal peace? We don't really know, do we? So, what you want wants you receiving. If this is what you want, if growth is what you want, peace is what you want, why do you refuse to allow yourself to receive it? I want peace, but for some reason, this huge part of me believes that in order for me to achieve that peace, I have to reject the very situations that will cause me to fight for my peace. Because I mean, you know, I know better. I should have shown compassion. I know better. Well, if you know better and the other person doesn't know better, maybe they're there to help you have an opportunity to teach them. Yeah, to teach them about boundaries, about respect. Thank you, sunshine. At the very least, teach them about you and what you will tolerate within your auric kingdom. Some people are like, well, Emmy, that's easy for you to say because people do this and that to you. You wonder why? Do you wonder why they don't do this and that to you? To me, I mean, because on some very deep level, they already know I'm not going to get away with this with her. I'm just not going to get away with this with her. How many trolls do you guys see on my live streams? Zero tolerance. The truth of the matter is, if I were to allow the trolls, they will comment and comment and comment. And if they're able to cause a reaction within me, they will share my video to their troll groups where all of them are looking for people to pick on live stream. So they would all descend on my live stream, share it out to other troll groups, more people on my live stream, more comments. I mean, the algorithm potentiality of that is fucking phenomenal. Is fucking phenomenal. Okay. I wouldn't even need to purchase ads to get that type of reach that trolls will bring me. But you notice not many come to my live streams. Why is that? It's not fun. I don't get bothered. I talk back. Usually at your expense. Someone was like asking me the other day in my live stream, I think it was yesterday, do you swallow? And my response before I took away their ability to comment, no, but your mother should have. Yeah, what do you say to that? I don't know. Nor do I care. Do you want to try and troll? I can troll too. Right before I remove you. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to them. On Facebook, they used to try and troll me. No, I'm not getting off the live stream. I will directly address you until you are so embarrassed that you get off the live stream. Yeah, no. Hey, sir, how much is that couch you're sitting on? Thank you. Like, yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered at all. Yeah, no, it fucking entertains me. Please stop. Stop me from cutting you down, motherfucker. Because I can't do that to regular people. I mean, yo, I would feel bad doing that to you. Thank you, Wicked. Trolls? I mean, game on. Odin has gifted us a willing sacrifice. Yeah, no, for real. If you're going to allow other people to jostle you from center, they will bring more people. Same thing applies for life. What you allow people to do, the frames of mind that you allow other people to put you in, that will empower their abuse of you. Why is it no fun to abuse me? Because I'm fully capable of receiving and sending back. Amplified. Yeah, I'm like the worst person to troll. I'm the worst person to troll. And I mean, for a long time, I identified as a troll. Yeah, no, really. Mhm. Yeah, that's a part of my history. I used to, I had several double-digit number of accounts on social media. And when someone tries to troll another person and I see it, game on. Me and all my accounts will pick on you until you learn your lesson and shut your face. You can block all those accounts. I promise you, I have other accounts. I don't know the passwords anymore. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. But see, people don't understand I'm capable of the same fuckery they try and put upon me. I'm capable of it. There was a reason that, that was a part of me and my journey on social media before I actually began speaking. Yeah, that was preparation. That was definitely preparation for all of the things that will be brought across my path as I continue on this very public journey. I'm not scared of trolls. I'm not. I'm not scared of trolls. And the fact of the matter is, I can be just as trolly. Should I be ashamed of that? I mean, am I harassing people who are just minding their business? No. I'm just being reactive to the very people who are working so hard to get a reaction in other people's posts. Oh, you want that? Okay, I'll give it to you. I'm a people pleaser. I am. I'm a people pleaser. If that's what you want, okay, I'll give it to you. You want reaction? from all 10 of my personalities. Okay. We'll all converse with you in that one thread. When you own your history, when you own all of your capabilities, they become a part of your life tool bag. Your life tool bag are all the skills and experiences you've had in this life and probably in previous lives that help you to be more confident and more centered within your journey to achieve your life purpose. Whatever that purpose is, it's irrelevant. As long as you know you're already being given the tools, the know how. If you choose not to implement it, that's kind of your choice. It's just kind of your choice. When trolls first began coming on my live streams on Facebook, everyone that, had become fond of me, they were like really upset. My husband was just cracking up because he knows I'm a fucking troll. Yeah, no, when you invite the troll to come out, it will. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, we have to protect Emmie." And my husband's like, "Just give her a moment. She hasn't seen the comment." Mhm. Yeah, it's fine. My tools are too heavy to lift up. You got spiritual hydraulics, baby boo. You don't have to do heavy lifting like that. You just need to know how to operate them. It's a beautiful thing about soul. You have an entire spiritual entourage who will carry those tools for you. You just have to be willing to utilize them. Amazing, right? Amazing. So, card number 7, Legacy of Light. You come from a legacy of light. You're currently at the infantdom of, of your consciousness. In order for us to be able to be compatible with this earth plane, the frequencies, we had to step down so many layers and levels of consciousness. So many layers and levels. And it's just one of those things, allow yourself to peel your own onion, rise to higher levels of your own consciousness. That consciousness is already there, it's already active. We're just working on our ability to become aware of it. Okay. All right. Oh, what part of Southwest Colorado? Like by the Four Corners area? Is that Southwest? Yeah, that would be Southwest. Amazing. I love the Four Corners area. It's actually supposed to be one of the most energetically and spiritually active areas in the entire continental US. Oh, outdoing Shasta. Ain't that some ish? You live in a spiritual hot zone. That's pretty awesome. All right. So, 4, 6. Ooh. Furred and feathered friends, card number 27. To me, this kind of speaks of how people don't have to be exactly like you um, to be able to support your journey, to be able to encourage you and empower you. You don't have to be exactly like me to live an empowered journey. You don't. You don't. You can be inspired by bits and pieces of me, bits and pieces of my personality, my unfuckwithableness. But you don't have to try and emulate me. Okay. We can all be who we are. You don't have to be the next anyone. You don't have to be like someone else. You can just be. Okay. Oh my God. I love Durango. Maureen. Durango Botanicals. I was out in Durango for a little bit, but whoo. Oh my gosh. Are you originally from this area? Like the Durango area? Or did you move? Okay. I'm all getting up in your business. Let me stop. Card number 2, root chakra, ground and center. Woo. Center yourself within your life, within this human experience. Ground yourself into the experiences that are teaching you how to rise higher while still in human body. This is our gift to the earth and our gift to all of the people on earth. Being able to be fully present in your life and being able to recognize the ways in which your life grows you, sharing that experience, sharing that knowledge. Um, ooh, it's amazing. It's amazing. It has such an effect on everyone else. Everyone who witnesses it, witnesses you freeing yourself. They end up freeing themselves, you know? Oh, you're from San Diego? Ooh. So you'd also love, but if you go up to Telluride, um, here it's like, I think 10,000 feet above sea level. You might be gasping. But yeah, you'd love Durango. The only thing that was kind of a pain in the ass is we used to have to go all the way to Farmington. I mean, it's only an hour, you know? It's only an hour from Durango. Well, actually, I think it's like an hour. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, while we were there, it was a very amazing, very quiet experience. All right. Uh-huh. Card number 37, Mount Shasta. Lemurian light codes are being activated. That's intense. Lemurian light codes are being activated and it's activating a grid within our earth plane. So I'll tell you guys a little secret, okay? Everyone thinks Lemuria was so peaceful and gentle. It was. You know why they had that luxury? Because they have capability of extreme darkness. The world as we know it is created with balance in mind. 93% at 933. So there's balance, right? What happens is, as light as you are, you have equal amounts of darkness and depth. Light and rise is equally matched by your darkness and depth. If Lemurians are said to be extremely love and light, that means they can be extremely dark and dense. They choose not to be. They choose not to be, but the capability was still there. So, looking into Mars, I've come across so many different videos over the past 48 hours, really just confirming and further triggering my remembrance. I was filtered through Lemuria as well, but Lemurians and Atlanteans did not get along. They were in a war, and equally powerful nations. Half of civilization once occupied Mars, and Atlanteans wanted to teach Lemurians things, like how powerful they are. And so they nuked Mars. Pretty bad. It wasn't red before. That occurred after all of the nuclear fallout. It became a nuclear winter, and everything there died. And the Lemurians went underground. But before they did, they sunk the shit out of Atlantis. That's why it sank. Yeah, don't fuck with Lemurians. They're nice because they can be, not because they're weak. Don't fuck with Lemurians. We think like, oh, they are so peaceful. I will go to Shasta and I will be peaceful with them. I don't know. I don't know, Adma. I don't know. I feel like I don't really trust you. I'm not following you into the tree line. It's Adma in Shasta and Panther Meadows. Yeah, I was just like, "You're fucking crazy, Mr. Hippie Man." Yeah, he looked like a hippie man. But yeah, a lot of things we don't know because we're told such a lie. I don't know where this is coming from, but Atlanteans worked closely with Toth, and he was a fucking renegade. All of these people are like, "Oh my god, Toth! Oh, trust me, Glitus, whatever the fuck it is, the Kybillion." Yeah, he stole the CDT plates. He stole it and he tried to have it transcribed because he knew the Emerald Order would be dispatched to neutralize his bullshit. They would take the plates back. Um, what he doesn't know, the scribes that he trusted and held underground, hidden chambers to transcribe the CDT plates, they were Emerald Order. Emerald Order can be catty as fuck. I tell you, they can be catty as fuck. So they did make it known. He'd been surrounded by Emerald Order that whole time. All of the fuckery he was doing, the shady shit, that was being documented. In addition to that, um, when they began to transcribe the CDT plates, they inverted everything. Sprinkled some inversion and a lot of it. A lot of the shit that new age and spiritual people share. I tell you, I want to say about 95% of the content that's out there, it's part of that inversion. I feel fucked up for telling you guys this, but it's the truth. It's part of that inversion. Be careful of what you read. A lot of the things that are allowed to be released out into the public, especially if it becomes popular, um, is draconian. This is draconian. Yeah. Card number 44, shine your light. It's time for you to allow your light to shine really, really bright. And that's because you're being activated. You are those blips in the grid. Okay. So these are multiple galactic teams that are working really, really hard to recode the upper firmament. Oh, you didn't know? There's an upper firmament as well as a lower. Oh my god, yes. Upper firmament and a lower firmament, and the crust with which we sit upon. So the upper firmament is being recoded. I should probably do a Blu-ray reading, but I have to finish packing. Card number 3, sacral chakra, core of creation. We are being given back the codes to create higher levels of dimensional consciousness for those of us who are not able to reach those higher levels. We are all of humanity, no matter how obtuse someone's behavior is. All of humanity is already anchored at the 5D. It's the level of awareness that is preventing people who don't want to see from really, really being able to accept a life of compassion, a life of service to each other. That means as much as I serve you, you will also serve me. It is a mutually beneficial thing instead of this compare compete paradigm that we exist within, this false king of tyranny paradigm. This was created to harvest our energy when we are so busy fighting with each other. Um, it's kind of hard to free yourself, right? Yeah. Card number 4, solar plexus chakra. What the fuck? All the bottom chakras? Root, sacral, solar plexus. We're rising up. This is a steady climb. Steady climb. Interesting. Solar plexus chakra, radiant illumination. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. So it's almost like, see the progression? See that light ball, and then the light ball, and then full light. Shine your light. This is massive code downloading and activation. Because didn't I say we're each those little blips of light? Okay. I'm just weirded out now. Now I'm weirded out. Okay, moving on. Moving right along. Okay. I was told to look at the deck, and the deck happened to be facing up. Earth Star Chakra. So, for many of us, our purpose as Pisceans and empaths is to simply serve as a place marker. We're like lightning rods. Wherever you stick the lightning rod, that's where the lightning will try and make contact in order to deliver that load of energy through to the earth. Okay. Um, Card number 9, Crown Chakra, the unlimited self. So it goes from root, sacral, solar plexus. It skips the heart and the throat and the third eye. My throat chakra. So crown chakra, the unlimited self. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. A lot of shifting and changes. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, ooh-ah-ah, ching-ching, walla-walla, bing-bang. Ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ching-ching, walla-walla, bing-bang. Okay, let's do a final card. Maybe I'll do a Blu-ray reading. I don't know, later. Probably not. So final card, final here. Same, Samantha, but I wasn't a child. And I felt that shit coming. I felt it coming for a good, like, maybe 30 seconds to a minute. I was freaking out, like, something's coming, something's coming. And I wanted to run into the house. And right at the very last second, I ran underneath the overhang of the the front of the house. And then it was like, and boom, right across the street from me. I was like, oh my God, I gotta go inside. Yeah. I was like, fuck that. I mean, I've been electrocuted before, but that would be a bit too much. I used to be curious, like, what would happen if I really got hit by lightning? Not a damn thing, because I'm not letting that happen. If I can feel it before it comes, I'll fucking take cover. I will take cover. Ooh, 23. So card number 23. You don't have to explain anything to us, Wicked. Card number 23, Star Mother Ericus. Be the king who has made his own kingdom. Be the moon that has made her own summit. How much longer will you cuckoo like a pigeon? Oh, shit. Okay, mother. This is my mother. Happy birthday, Mom. It's her birthday today. Empty your head of all mortal lusts and become life without breath. You will not call out for God anymore, for you have become immersed in God. Your star mother, Ericus, dances with your soul on the celestial inner planes. She dances in the embrace of Father Sky, shining white and pale deep in the devotion to the light behind all that is. Ericus, dancing star of the heavens, incites our souls to feel the rhythm of life and surrender to it in flow, in grace, stumbling, and in play. Like a child who thinks not of the right steps, but just moves with music and with joy. She reminds you to dance freely and from your heart. She reminds you that your soul is constantly dancing with the divine. What better way to connect with the joy and beauty of your soul than to mimic its movements? So dance. Let your being dance. Your bright beauty penetrates even the darkest of minds to remember, remember, remember. She calls out, her voice is music to our hearts. You are a child of heaven. You are born of such regal stuff. Dear dancing child of the stars, when you suffer, I send you my comfort as stars falling from the sky. What the fuck? Hold on. Hold on. Why did I integrate that card already? Oh, wait. I think I saw it. Hold on. No, I didn't. Did you guys remember that image of the Mount Shasta card, the stars falling from the sky? Ah, hold on. This is too big of a deck for me to be digging through it. This is too thick. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to use your memory. Oh my god. Use your memory, okay? Um Downloads. All right. When you suffer, I send you my comfort as stars falling from the sky. When you triumph, my dance becomes wild and light erupts from my heart in all directions. The light becomes music, stirring within you with an urge, almost inexplicable and yet so very deep and real. To make music, to create art, to dance, to play, to be at one with a joyful creative energy that dwells within you. It's time for you to really come together with all your parts. Like, allow your soul to feel whole again, even while you're in body. Ooh, 99% at 9:48. 99% at 9:48. What? Um, I never said you were talking too much. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Um, Hold on, guys, really quick. I have to tell my son to give my brother medication. All right. Yeah, no, I didn't tell you nothing yesterday. I did share what your soul said to you, which I don't remember it being anything about talking too much. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like to be accused of things. I just don't. That I find that very offensive, to be honest. Like if I did say it, that's one thing, but to accuse me of saying something, I don't like that. All right. I just did the last card. I'm not sure that I would. I don't know. I kind of don't want to do a blurry reading. I kind of just want to pack. I don't know. I feel like I might be doing a Blu-ray reading though. 99% at 9:49. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. I need to at least eat before I do anything else. Um, um okay, guys, I gotta go. Yeah. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye.